You know what we've been trying to figure out? When did Sprite become the black people soda? Like, have you ever heard there's Sprite is the number one, menthol cigarettes are the only thing black people smoke. I mean, cigarettes. But where did Sprite become? Was it the Grant Hill commercial? I wonder if it was the Grant Hill commercial way back in that. Grant Hill drinks Sprite. Grant Hill drinks Sprite. Tell me when was the first time you heard that Sprite is the black people's drink? I'm curious. I wonder who heard it first. Anyways, what's up, everybody? It's your boy KLT back for another question of the day. And today, I don't know what I got off on that tangent for, but I was just drinking a Sprite and I'm like, why? Anyways, but so something completely unrelated is the question of the day today. And this made me think way back to when I actually injured myself. And the question of the day today is, when is the time that you were in the most physical pain of your life? And for me, I haven't known a lot of pain. I played basketball forever, so I rolled an ankle or two every once in a while, but it wasn't massive amounts of pain and suffering. It wasn't that bad. It was just, I got to walk it off a little bit. It might hurt for a day or two, and then it was gone. One thing a lot of people don't know about me is that I broke my arm the first day of fourth grade because so let me tell you the story. It was raining outside, right? And we used to have this jungle gym, monkey bars, playground park thing in our apartments when I was growing up, right? If you heard me say it's raining outside, you probably know where this is going, but you probably don't. So what we used to do growing up, we used to try to see who can jump the furthest from this picnic table that was near the playground all the way to the monkey bars, which was probably a good I honestly have to say it had to be about a good 7 to 10 feet, somewhere in that vicinity. But we would run off of the top of the picnic table and jump and fly as far as we could to grab onto the monkey bars and hang on to them, right? I did this while it was raining. And as you can imagine, I grabbed the monkey bars and immediately slipped and started falling backwards. And I was like, okay, no problem, I'll fall in the sand. But then for some reason, I tried to brace myself and put my arm behind my back to try and brace myself for the fall. And so, of course, I fell directly on my arm, heard the pop, but man, it was pretty brutal. But it's funny because I remember very clearly when it all happened, my hand had disconnected from my arm. So my hand was you could see my hand went up here and my arm went under here. So you could see it was two different levels of my, I know this is gross, but so I dislocated my wrist and my hand was on top of my arm and it was gnarly looking. But I remember very clearly that it didn't hurt. And I think it's probably because I was just so hyped up on what happened? What's going on? Why is my arm like this? But I just remember very clearly that it didn't hurt at that moment. Other people saw my arm and they were freaking out like crazy. There was this one old guy that lived in the apartments near the park. And he saw everything happen and he was like, oh my God. And he was freaking out. He grabbed me and carried me back home to my mom. And my mom was flipping out. And I was just looking at my arm just I mean, it sucks, but it don't hurt, so I'm cool. So we didn't even call an ambulance. My mom was just like, are you all right? What's going on? I was like, yeah, it just sucks. I'm like, yeah, I broke my arm. So she's flipping out. My aunt's flipping out. Everybody was flipping out. So I told my mom I was fine. So we just got in the car and drove to the hospital. We didn't call an ambulance or anything. It was just we just got to go get it looked at. Now, the question of the day is, when was I in the most physical pain? And like I said, up to this point, I wasn't in any pain. I wasn't hurting. It wasn't bad. I wasn't crying, anything, until We got into the hospital. So now the problem is that we got into the hospital. All the nurses freaked out too, just like everybody else did. I didn't get it. I was just like, okay, whatever. And then they put me to sleep. I was like, why am I going to sleep? I don't understand. So they gave me a shot of something, put me out, went to sleep. And then I was like, okay, I figure that when I wake up, I'll just be in a cast or whatever. Okay. I wake up and my arm is still broken. I was just in a bed and sleep for some reason. I'm like, why? Why did you put me to sleep just to leave me here chilling? I'm like, didn't you want to fix my arm or what? What's going on? And they were like, no, we couldn't do it while you were sleeping because, something, I don't remember. But so they waited until I woke back up to reset my wrist on my arm. And I was like, okay, that's odd. I don't know why you wouldn't have just done it already or why you put me to sleep in the first place then. I don't get it, but whatever, let's do it. That was the worst pain in my entire life. Man, they were like, okay, this is gonna hurt. And I thought, no, it's probably not. It hasn't hurted this far, so I don't see why this would hurt any different. Just putting it back on, it's whatever. And they were like, okay, on the count of 3, pull your arm back. And they pulled my hand forward, and I was like, okay, whatever. And we did 1, 2, 3. And I was like, ah! I never screamed so loud in my life. It was the worst pain I had ever experienced. You see the sparkles in your eyes when you're in so much pain. I was just like, ah! I couldn't think right. I couldn't form words. It was just the most excruciating pain I had ever felt in my entire life. And I was like, why did you do this while I was sleeping? I was so mad. I was so mad. But then after they did that, they were like, okay, well, we'll give you some drugs for the pain. I'm like, okay, cool, hurry up, pump it in. So I was thinking they were gonna give me another shot of something. They gave me some little punk pills. I was like, that's gonna take 4 days to start. I'm hurting now. Give me some medicine, man. But they wouldn't give me anything else. They gave me some pills and was like, here, take these and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, bro, this is nuts, man. So then, they're wrapping me up in the cast and I'm like, it's getting that throbbing pain. And I'm like, it really hurts. And they're like, oh, the meds should kick in anytime. The meds should kick in anytime. I'm like, why are you lying to me? My arm was just like, ugh. And they were like, don't move it. Just keep it down to your side and blah, blah, blah. So I'm sitting on my arm there just chilling. And my mom is just like, oh my God, he's so hurt, bro. He's so hurt, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm fine. Just give me something. And they wouldn't give me anything. So they came back a little while later and then wrapped me up in a cast. And then, so, I had my first cast and blah, 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 and all that stuff. So it was pretty cool. For some reason, later on after I got the cast removed, I decided to keep it because, everybody signs your cast when you go to school and all that stuff. So I had a bunch of signatures on my cast. And then when I got it removed, I wanted to keep it. It was the nastiest thing. It was so gross. My mom was like, I'm throwing this thing away. We're not keeping this in the house. I was just so mad because I was like, why would you not do this? Why would you not fix me while I'm unconscious? Why did you put me to sleep in the first place just to let me wake up and go through and experience this? And I was just so upset about it. I was really mad. This makes no sense. Who's running this place? But this was my first day. I remember it was the first day of 4th grade. And so I went to class, went and did all my school and stuff. And then after school, we came home and then I did that. And then I was out for I wasn't allowed to go to school for 2 weeks or something like that. And I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. So I got to stay at home. But then I had to keep my arm propped up all the time because it would just hurt if I had it any other position or anything. So I was just sitting like this on the couch for 2 weeks straight, and I couldn't move. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't do anything. And I was just like, okay, all right. And yeah, it's eventually, pain went away and then I got a cool cast and I got a cool orange cast. But that was it. I didn't understand why they made me suffer like that. But luckily for me, that's the most pain I've ever been in my life. I haven't broken anything else since then. I haven't fallen off of stuff. I haven't been in any accidents or anything like that. I've had a relatively good life with regard to like accidents and injuries and breaks and stuff like that. I haven't broken anything else. Like I haven't taken any like shots or anything. And I didn't play contact sports. I played basketball. So like I wasn't in danger of getting like concussions or getting hit with stuff. Like I got hit with a baseball once when we were playing baseball, but like that wasn't anywhere near as bad as them pulling my hand back into its socket. But what about you? Were you injury prone? Were you accident prone growing up or now even? What's the worst pain that you've ever had in your life? Hit the like button if you've ever broken a bone, like broken your arm, leg, wrist, anything like that. If you've ever broken a bone in your life, hit the like button and let me know that I'm not alone. And if you haven't broken a bone, hit the like button and let me know that you have had a lucky life and you hadn't had to deal with anything like that before. And I hope you never have to do that in the future. So either way, hit the like button to let me know that you are happy and healthy now. You might have something broken now, but I don't know. Hit the like button anyway. But that's it for today. We're going to catch you guys all tomorrow for the next question of the day. Tomorrow is Saturday, so we're going to have a good start to the weekend, hopefully. Hopefully I hear some stuff back from some things or two, but we'll see how that goes. And so we will see you all tomorrow for the next question of the day. Until then, peace.